We started off the hold on, this isn't the Streets of New Capenna playing Jund with oh wait, hold on, sorry. Charming Jund. Playing Jund with Riveteers Charm. I ended up being really high on it. I liked this list a lot. And we kind of did like the classic thing when there's a new set where like we have a deck list that we like, and I just spend like almost a month playing everything else before circling back. So I'm kind of like I'm trying to be in like circle back zone, at least for some of these decks. I know that Reed's been playing a decent amount of Jund with Riveteers Charm. I feel like Reed's like deck building style has always been like a little different than mine. But I'm just like I think he's been playing like 2 or 3 charms lately. I've been like just liking slamming the full 4. But it's also true like in like the kind of removal light or removal heavy metagame. It's like also in some ways worse than it was in Legacy, where like in Legacy, like there are plenty of decks that like just don't play removal spells, and so like having a 2-mana card advantage engine against like those combo decks was really, really strong. And when you compare that to Modern, where like every deck's already ready to kill these cheap creatures, Arcanist gets a lot worse. And then also like you can protect, but you can also like protect your Arcanist with like Daze better. Yeah, Daze and Force of Will. Just a different dynamic, of course. So my opponent's playing either Black-Green Saga or Jund Saga, I assume. Could potentially be like a Black-Green food deck, but I think that's pretty unlikely. Marsh Flats makes me think it's just Black-Green Saga. I think I'm getting my Triome here. Fix the mana a little bit. Bit worse if I flood out, which I am kind of flooding out, I guess. Okay, they're not even trying to block the Ragavan with the Construct. Oh, they're messed up. They're doing this in the blocker step, I think. They need to do this in the attacker step. Blockers are declared at the beginning of the blocker step, not at the front, so I get to hit them with the Ragavan. Yeah, Lurrus is banned completely. Unfortunately, because then they get max punished too. Yeah, there are actually a few decks that I would like be interested in trying main deck Lurrus, but it's just completely banned. Yeah, big disaster from opponent. I mean, it wouldn't have been that different. I would bolt the token and play Liliana plus. Okay, they grab a Springleaf Drum. They don't make a token. Is Liliana good against 4-color piles? Liliana's okay. Like it's actually pretty good against Omnath, I've found. It's definitely not like 3 mana win the game, but it's fine. So they are going to tap the Tarmogoyf. Black-green, maybe second Tarmogoyf. You have to imagine they also have a 1-mana spell here. Witherbloom Command, return Urza Saga, kill Ragavan. I have a backup Ragavan in the hand. They've already played their land this turn, though. So I think we're supposed to infer that they have a 1-mana removal spell in their hand. Feels great to have this Liliana after we're flooding so much. Thank you so much, Ragavan. You're the hero we don't deserve. They discard Overgrown Tomb. Their hand is Urza Saga, 2 mystery cards. Okay, I think they just messed up then. I don't know why they either didn't play Saga or tapped the Goyf to Springleaf Drum, or both. I'm just gonna main phase terminate this. They can't tap it to the drum. Would you bring in Void Mirror against me? Elementals of 4-color piles and Jund Shadow. No. You have so many ways to remove the Void Mirror. Spending 2 mana to like not impact the board in the first 2 turns, I think is not great. And like you just get to start hard casting those pretty quick too. I don't get what Golgari does better than Jund in terms of mid-range shells. Yeah, it may not seem obvious what Jund does better, but it actually does a really important thing, is that Golgari is cooler than Jund. It's cooler to be the hero that gets to play like the sweet Jund cards or the sweet Golgari cards, and you don't have to play the villain cards, Ragavan and Wrenn and Six. You get to play the hero cards like Witherbloom Commands and Grist, and you get to be the hero and not the villain. This is the upside. The mana base. Listen, the mana base for Black Green is especially now that the Triome is here, it's barely better. It's barely any better. It is a little better. It basically doesn't matter at all. You play Black Green and you get to play the hero cards. You get to be the good guy. You play Jund. You're the bad guy playing Wrenn and Six and Ragavan. I think that's really about all it boils down to be honest. I think with Riveteers Charm in my hand, I am interested in fetching there to cast the bolt rather than using my treasure. By the way, maybe I'm supposed to plus Liliana first. Don't really think they've got removal, but they might. Definitely have to be okay trading Ragavan for a Saga token. Grist is definitely a hero card. Deck for null. Can you post a link in the chat? I can take a look. Yeah, this is the second time they've done this. They seems like they don't know the interaction. I'm gonna let them know. I've already plus Liliana this turn because so I'm not gonna edict here. It's okay. I thought for sure they would have learned the lesson. This is maybe even good for them that they're keeping their construct token around, to be honest, because now they get to kill the Liliana. Is Urza Saga a villain card? Not really in these rock decks. This is the worst shell for Urza Saga. Urza Saga's not that good in this deck. It's actually a pretty fair card. At the very least, I don't feel like it's a villain card. Could make an argument for it, I guess. I think a Jund 1/2 drop aggro deck and Pioneer with 4 Riveteers Charm is a way to refuel. The mana doesn't work, I think. Yeah, I think not blocking is better. They get to kill Liliana. The other constructs blocking the Ragavan pretty well. I'm flooding out super bad. I'm only in this game because I was able to hit well off Ragavan and have my opponent mess up. But Rakdos mid-range. There are reasons to play Rakdos over Jund. Rakdos has a much better matchup against 4-color Omnath, blue-white control, most combo decks. There are actually you're just not you're not in on your sagas there. There are definitely reasons to play that deck. In theory, the deck with 4 Riveteers Charm, 4 Seasoned Pyromancer has really good top decks though, so hopefully we can make that happen. So I push, they make a token in response that doesn't really do much for me. Where I was supposed to play Ragavan to block that? No, I wanted to trade Ragavan for the Saga token. That's either a chump block or a trade, right? Or potentially I hit something off Ragavan. Attack, make them tap the token. Maybe they make a token and then I push the token that is they've made. I think you're just gonna block though. Yeah. I kinda like this. I kinda like trying to get this through though. And then I think I'm just gonna plus. We could potentially ping here. I don't think that's that relevant, especially when they're probably grabbing Shadow Spear this turn. Maybe a 2-color aggro deck that's watched only for Charm. The mana still is not very good, and it's also this is kind of the issue with Pioneer is there aren't that many good cheap aggressive creatures. There are some, but the mono red deck is fine. There isn't a really good cohesive beatdown deck. It's also kind of an issue. I don't know. Again, it kind of feels like like the idea of John mid aggro deck and Pioneer it is a very complicated deck to build, and I would at least like if you think that the deck can work, I encourage you to work on it. But it's going to be a difficult deck to build. It's not just something that you can summon with those words, you know. It doesn't just immediately come together. Okay, so Esper Inverter, splashing for Teferi and Prismatic Ending. I think that is a fine way to build the deck. I don't like all these main deck damnations. I really dislike them, actually. In a deck that already has 4/4 drops. A deck that already has 4/4 drops and has I can just not draw a Seasoned Pyromancer or Charm. 4/4 drops and plenty of removal and a combo kill that can ignore creatures. Not a very big fan of that. I also think if you're playing for opts, you could probably play, and 2 cling, you could probably play 23 lands. I might be interested in doing 22 lands and 2 of the blue-black Talisman. I really like the blue-black Talisman in this archetype. I do think you're missing, like, one way to exile cards from your graveyard, too. So I think I'd be trying to cut the damnations for either, like, 2 main deck relics, or, like, one Murderous Cut, 1 relic, or something like that. Gotta sing the name of the next card drawn. Okay, I can do that. Okay, come on. Charm, Seasoned Pyromancer. No fetchables left. Fatal push! Kind of scuffed. Okay, I think I need to push the Reclaimer, because they get to start... I guess they only have 1 Saga left in the deck, but even 1 more Saga is maybe going to be tough to beat here. They also may be out of Saga targets, because it doesn't look like they're playing Bobble. Maybe they have Bobble, but they've already gotten Map, Drum, Spellbomb, Shadow Spear. So I wouldn't be surprised to just see them be out of targets. So that's how I would change the main deck of this Inverter deck. And then... Is there not a sideboard? Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to just, you know, build the sideboard for you on a whim, but... It'll probably be pretty close to my Dimir Inverter sideboard list if that's what you're going off. My opponent also had, like, Alpha Strike for lethal there, right? Or no, next turn. Yeah, I think we may have been dead aboard. My opponent's definitely, you know, made a lot of mistakes this match. They got 1 card in their hand. We're dead to removal spell here. Let's go! Finally. Finally found... We have 4... The idea, you know, we have 4 Charms, 4 Seasoned Pyromancer, so our top deck should be pretty good. Took us a lot of draw steps to find one, though. I'll discard the... We have no fetchables left, so this can at least make a token with Seasoned Pyromancer. Lethal Construct of some mistake. Okay. They have a Peatland. Really wish that they were at 7 instead of 8 so I could Alpha Strike. They drew the push, unfortunately for me. So if they attack with everything, I can go block here, take 11, make 2 tokens with Seasoned Pyromancer, hit them with Ragavan, try to find removal. They're sending this construct at Liliana, however. This at me, okay. So my life total gets to be a bit higher. Liliana's dead. It's got no cards in their hand. Kroxa is not bad. I think I'm leaving these 2 back to block. Love to hit a relevant spell here. Voidwalker feels relevant enough. We get to put our opponent down to 6. Kroxa can maybe trade for the construct. To keep all of our treasures, I guess, which can maybe help me chain Riveteers Charm together. The Grist does not do well. We 3-2'd our first league, kind of bad second league after making some changes. I wanted to switch to this. Pretty good turn. Pretty good turn. Also nice, like, I guess we could actually die the Witherbloom command. That is the way they have direct damage. So our blocks can either be here and die to Witherbloom command, or like this and keep my life total pretty high. I think I'm kind of just like okay dying to, or I think I'm okay dying to Witherbloom command, especially because I have lethal in the crackback. You never died to Witherbloom command before? Come on. Okay, no Witherbloom commands. I think they're dead to a removal spell off the top from my end. Although I guess not that many removal spells kill this. Well. Kind of unfortunate. I guess we are just attacking with the Voidwalker. And Kroxa can block whatever the Shadow Spear's on. I can chump. There's currently no card exiled with the Voidwalker. Okay, their own Voidwalker is going to give them potentially lethal next turn, which they're just going to rely on that. Okay. Please, big draw. Please, big draw. Damn it! Such a flood. I feel so bad. Oh, right. Voidwalker can block Voidwalker. Oh, but they can trample on the shadows. Oh, okay, well maybe they'll forget that the Voidwalker happens too. I'll make them kill it. My opponent's been messing up. A lot of flood today. I mean, Voidwalkers blocking each other just happens so rarely. I think my opponent might miss it. This is their 4th Urza Saga. Yeah, opponent, kind of clearly one player drew more lands than the other. I even have I guess I drew one of my Cycler lands. Yeah, they missed it too. Oh, okay. I don't know, dude. My opponent's definitely been kind of off of it. I'm gonna draw a card here. I can't believe it. Alright, time to do the count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 lands. Out of 23. One of those is cycle land. Witherbloom command hit. Okay, I don't think they can mess that one up. Alright. Down a game. Down a game. I'm gonna bring in the Culling Ritual, the Veil of Summers, the Endurances. Going down, I think, just all the discard spells. Now with Luris being banned in these matchups, like I think the discard spells got a lot worse, obviously. Yellow hat. Yellow hat. Ba 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 ba. Thank you for the raid, Gab. GG's earlier. Good timing to not see me draw every land in my deck. And the 27-month resub. Is Grixis Neonate the best deck in Modern? That's probably what the YouTube clickbait title will say. Loom if you're watching. Good title suggestion. Okay, here's our charms. No fetch land, have to mulligan though, unfortunately. Can keep this one. Put back Swamp. That was your only loss? Oh no. I was 2-0 against Tamashii combo today with that deck. Finally found the deck to beat Tamashii combo. I think Tamashii combo is great. Super slept on. Deck tech, DRC Shredder Reanimator. Yeah, I don't know if you saw Aper, but I was playing a deck very similar to this earlier. I don't like Maestro's Charm and Prismari Command very much. I do like Kaito a lot in this archetype. One on Grave is interesting. I also don't like playing a lot of like main deck removal in this deck either. I think it feels like you're kind of diluting yourself a little bit, and I kind of like just having creatures and reanimation on game one, and then you transition into more of a removal heavy deck in some sideboard games. But I really don't think you want to be playing all this main deck removal, especially when you're like cutting Neonate. I think Neonate plays so well with Kaito. I like the Moon Circuit Hackers too. Just feel like I would recommend the list I was playing earlier today. I think I will push the Voidwalker here. But yeah, Maestro's Charm I think is pretty underpowered. Prismari Command I think is pretty bad too. I think Kaito's great. Kaito just does like such a good angle, different angle of attack. I don't like the Inquisitions very much here either. Dead Tarmogoyf, put it on the mono black draw here. but Golgari's mana is so much better than Jun's. Golgari has such good mana. The reason to play Golgari is it has much better mana than Jund. Want to get back into modern with this semi-budget deck, not aggro, not burn. What should I aim for? I've actually written several articles on Channel Fireball, talking about different budget options that for different archetypes too. I do think it's kind of an issue that people want to play Magic and they want to play it on a budget, but people will just say, okay, well if you're going to play on a budget, you have to play Burn or Prowess, which are obviously fine budget decks. But I posted several on Channel Fireball that give you different options. Yeah, at least Golgari doesn't flood. I want to stay with 1-mana spells for DRC Shredder. I think that you, at least in the version I had, like I felt like I had plenty of 1-mana spells. At the very least, like the bolts, the unholy heats, the fatal pushes, I'm really not believing in. Not sure I should, yeah. Like, I really just don't like the main deck removal. If you feel like you want to have the lower curve, that's fine, but you need to be playing like Considers and stuff. Because like you're not gonna be able to play like a good controlling game plan with these removal spells at all. Think creativity can be played tomorrow without Wrenn and Six? It can be. People do that from time to time. I think that the best versions have Wrenn and Six, but if, you know, for budget reasons you want to play without, I think you can, yeah. Okay, Dark Confidant. Big draw step. I think there's like no chance alright, I think it's unlikely my opponent blocks. But this was a good draw. Dude, this was a good one. Good thing mana burn's not a thing anymore. I have a Seasoned Pyromancer to bring back next turn, I guess. Blackcleave Cliffs, easily the worst top deck, but we'll take it after no Pyro tokens. Culling Ritual only makes black or green mana, not red mana. We won't complain too much because we just have best possible. Ooh, bogging me. If they have a removal spell, they'll probably kill this in response. Okay. 2 cards still in their hands. I don't really know what those cards can be. Yeah, no, not the 12 lands in a row. We need to pace our complaining though, because we just do best possible, like the 1 out or best possible. We'll complain a little bit later, but we just have to, like, you know, be gracious for like a turn, or pretend to be gracious for a turn. And my opponent, I think, has like all discard spells in hand. Like, I don't know. I guess discard or double green spells. Bailed out. Dude, no! Literally 4 lands again in a row. Oh, gosh. Or 3 lands. No, it was 3 or 4. 3. 4. 4. Okay, there's discard spell though. Okay. They're at 5 lives, so they'll probably trade here. I think I'm still attacking. Doesn't Bloodbraid Elf jump by 23 lands? I have 2 1-mana cycle lands. I have 2 1-mana cycle lands that I'm treating more as spells than lands in this deck. And they're like utility lands for my Wrenn and Sixes. So imagine my opponent has, imagine they have 1 discard spell in their hand at least. Could be wrong. Either way, we're not going to be able to escape the Kroxa. Did have a discard spell. Okay. Well, I'm still pretty ahead here despite all my whining. Or maybe because of all my whining. Grist? Grist is not too bad. They definitely have to trade Insect for Elemental here. Because if they don't and I can escape the Kroxa, they die. Yeah, I mean, the idea behind playing 4 Charm, 4 Spyro is, like, in theory, like, this is going to happen less. You know, whatever, right? Okay, we win. Modest, thank you for the raid. Hope you're having a good day today. Appreciate you. Alright, go to game 3. Yeah, we had that Culling Ritual top deck too. I mean, it was Culling Ritual into like 4 or 5 lands, but that's fine. We'll take it. I'm going to click submit. I'm going to use the restroom too. Be right back.
What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike. 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 What's up? It's me, your friend Aspiring Spike.
Okay, on the draw, game 3. I'm going to keep this. I'd like to have a fetch land, but we do have Cycle Land plus Wrenn and Six, which is pretty good in the matchup. We have a Fatal Push. Oh my gosh. How are there that many cheers in this small window? Someone told me Aspiring Spike and Caleb are a great pair. I thought about it. Here's what I noticed. Caleb is the guy that appears mean but is nice behind the scenes, and Spike appears nice but is clearly evil. I cannot agree more. Cannot agree more. I think that's a pretty good assessment of both of us. I think I need to guarantee. I think I need to play Ragavan tap Triumph. That's my opinion on the new charms. I think the Jund one is really good. I'm kind of excited to put the Esper one on the stack at some point. I still have not done that though. And I think that the Naya, Grixis, and whatever the other one is, or not playable, the Bant one. Think this list is better than Jund Saga? I think I do, yeah. It's, you know, obviously a conversation. I think I'm discarding Terminate, Kroxa. Yeah, kind of hoping to just be able to draw land and either like make them spellbomb me, which is kind of mana intensive for them, or and like they can go like Liliana Fatal Push, kill both tokens. No, I'm talking about the Bant Charm. The Bant Charm I think is unplayable. Okay. Good old Ashiok. But it also has less than 5 minutes on the clock. Did not notice how slow opponent was playing. I noticed. I noticed. Alright, hopefully the last card's not Veil of Summer. Should be in pretty good shape if it's not. I guess we still get to kill the Ashiok even if it is, because they have to tap the creature. Last card's push. Wait, what am I waiting for? I've been waiting this whole match. Oh yeah, Urborg and Ashiok are pretty bad together, huh? I don't know. Again, it's like when you play Golgari Saga, your goal is not to necessarily build the best deck possible. Your goal is to build a deck of heroes, a deck where like all the cards are just like hero cards. You know, Ashiok, I'm gonna stop that 4-color Omnath deck. I'm gonna play Elvish Reclaimer. And you don't have to play the evil villain cards of Wrenn and Six Ragavan. It's just perfect, you know? Okay, they get their Saga back. Witherbloom Command. Another hero card. Or Urborg Ashiok. I can tap my fetch land for mana despite there being an Ashiok in play is the problem. Well, the good thing about Saga in this deck is it's like just not that good. It's okay, it's fine. Spike used Charm. Dude, I would love to draw a Charm. Ever in this entire... I've yet to like draw... I had 2 Charms in an opening hand I mulliganed, and despite drawing like easily 60 cards this match besides that, I haven't drawn one of my 4 Charms yet. Could actually be not correct endurance in there. Not 100% sure. Yeah, Tarmogoyf is like the card that punishes us for taking this line. And then their Reclaimer is also pretty good with the Saga, assuming they know the trick. They also might time out. But here, yeah, they'll make a token, sack the token. I mean, the Tarmogoyf's gonna be pretty big pretty quick here. It's already gonna be 2-3, 3-4. I think my opponent's gonna time out. I don't think they're gonna be able to win in 2.5 minutes. Playing at this speed. Does seem like they're maybe kind of new to Magic Online, especially like how they tried to activate Saga and the blocker step to block a couple times. Yeah, so theoretically they're going to do this, and then they're going to tap their Construct to their Springleaf Drum, and then sack their Urza Saga with this trigger on the stack. Should their deck be playing Urborg? Urborg's fine in the Voidwalker Urza Saga deck. Okay, so they're going to shrink the Tarmogoyf. It's still going to stay a 2-3 as long as that Urza Saga was in their graveyard, which the Lantern is going to let it stay in the graveyard. But they drew a land, so they're going to sack their Swamp, I assume, to get a Saga instead. So I guess I'm attacking with just my Endurance. And then main phasing my second Endurance so that I can plus my Liliana. And then I don't think I'm targeting their Saga despite turning off Witherbloom Command. Keeping that in the yard seems, I think, correct for Goyf. I think they just get another Saga in play anyway, so it doesn't really matter. if we try to remove that for command. Volport, thank you for the 13 months. Appreciate you. Endurance self doesn't treat Goyf. Yeah, but I don't want to shuffle 2 fetch lands back into my deck. You don't have to shuffle anybody's library. Put it down to about a minute on the clock left. Under a minute. I guess I should wait on this a turn, actually. I think. Yeah, I guess they're gonna get another Saga anyways. It's probably fine. It doesn't really matter if this game's over. They're gonna time out. Always concede if I am 0% to win and my opponent's gonna time out. I am a lot more than 0% to win though. But I also like getting their Shadow Spear here. Feels pretty good. If they draw exactly Thoughtseize, we get pretty punished. Yeah, doesn't matter. Okay, they concede, realizing they're going to time out. We win match number 1 with Jund midrange, despite the match taking forever. If your opponent is, if you know that they are siding out their DRCs and they're only dashing Ragavan to blank Prismatic Endings, you can just side out your Prismatic Endings. If you know that that's going to be the dynamic of the matchup. But, like, I think that, like, I don't love boarding out DRC as I'm gonna play Ragavan on 1. I never loved boarding out DRC as Murktide because I feel like you're kind of threat lighted when you do. Although if you're playing the Shredder version, then you maybe are threat dense enough to afford to do that. Do you have any resources I would recommend to learn the Legacy format? I'd probably recommend Honorog's stream. Maybe somebody can get a shout out to twitch.tv/nzmtg. I think that he puts out a lot of really good Legacy content. The Minguchi videos, another Legacy video, I would recommend checking those out as well. Have I played Thomas Shit Combo on stream yet? No. I mean, that's not what I do on this channel. I don't just, like, when there's a new deck, I don't just, like, pick it up to learn it on stream. I, like, try to take existing strategies or new strategies that I'm working on and innovate on them. I don't just, like, say, okay, there's a new deck, we're going to play it on stream now. Just, like, not the stated goal here. Oh, yeah, Yarvis too. Yarvis too. I'm sorry. I don't know. There's tons of good content creators on for Legacy, for all formats. It's hard to shout everybody out all the time. But I like Jarvis' stream a lot. I watch Jarvis' stream. It's always the hard part when people ask for recommendations. Like, there's just so many good streamers and creators out there. I'm just, like, not gonna say somebody's name, and I don't imagine feelings actually get hurt, but. Oh boy. One Boseiju in the deck, by the way. One Boseiju in the deck. Probably missed something. We cast Ragavan on turn 1. It got Warping Wailed. Okay, I'm gonna bring in the extra Boseijus, the Maguses, the Tourachs. I don't usually like Voidmere against Mono Green Tron. It's fine enough against Eldrazi Tron. You're playing my best friend? Well, I'm gonna be your best friend after this match, after I defeat them. Then you'll be my best friend instead. Could a forest? No. Like, people I think get a little lost in the sauce and go like, oh, I'm bringing in Boseiju, I'm bringing in lands, I need to cut lands. You're always channeling Boseiju in this matchup, so I don't usually agree with that thought process. Guess I'm taking the Karn. What is the bid for Magus to move over Boseiju? Magus does not get Boseiju'd, and Tron and Titan both play Boseijus. Lots of Boseijus, or tutors for Boseiju. Okay, I guess I need to Boseiju this turn. Yeah, I saw that you won the Young Dingo's tournament, Toborg. It looked like a fun tournament. I was busy celebrating Esther's graduation this weekend instead. But it was cool. Good job. Yeah. So Menino they got second. There's Amiibo top 8'd. Looked like a really good time. Okay. I guess with that draw, I'm kind of into Inquisition plus get back Boseiju. We are going to give them a turn with their. Oh, I have to get Stomping Ground, and I can't Liliana. I can get Liliana later off the Ragavan mana. But this turn I can just go get back Boseiju, then can Boseiju twice next turn. And then they can't cast the Ulamog, so we need them to not top deck a big payoff this turn. Was it? No, I don't think it was a streamer-only event, but I think Dingo did a lot of good networking, reaching out to people, and just like getting streamers to play it. I heard it went really well. I would have liked to play, but I was busy. Is it a very bad take to take the Rector Shell and Splash Green from the Wrenn and Six and Grist? Well, I think that the Riveteers Charm is better than Wrenn and Six and Grist, so that's probably not how I would approach building it. So they play the Power Plant. So we can go Ragavan, Boseiju the Mine, get back to Boseiju. When is the first Spike Invitational? We've done a stream on this channel before. They got back another Power Plant. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I don't like commentating at all. I don't like to commentate. It might be fun to do like a charity tournament or something. Maybe we'll just have Otterog and Fran take over the stream and do commentary for me, so I can play or something. We can think about it. I think they only have 3 forests, so I'm going to attack first, but I think I should be able to start Stone Raining. Yep. White on Mountain and dash Ragavan. Yeah, we could dash the Ragavan there, I guess. It's just like, it's not like that likely to hit anything that is cast for a very that's like super relevant to cast, right? And my opponents had a really high life total, so probably the life total doesn't matter as much. I kind of just like never having to sink mana in on it again, but alright, they give up. Thragtusk's not enough to win by itself. We're 2-0. And I am the best friend now. Officially. It would definitely be something, if we ever did it, that I'd want to spend a lot of time planning for too. I'm going to mulligan this. Close hand though. But it's basically the same hand. Although we have a cantrip and they cling to dust now, I guess I'll keep and put back Thoughtseize number 2. This is the best list for John about Saga. Saga is, I think, pretty bad with Charm. I think Charm is really good. I think Charm is pretty good. And I don't think you should play Saga and Charm together. But it's mulled to 4. Steel Flag 4 charms are needed in Merc. And 4 8 charms and 4 Spirals and Jund. Max card advantage, even at cost of mana efficiency. I mean, Archmage's Charm is such an incredible card that fits so well in Murktide's plan that I just like I've basically never looked at it as a flex spot, and I think I don't know, like I've never looked at it as a flex spot. I've always been really happy with the 4 of them. I know a lot of players like do feel like some number of charms are flex spots. I disagree. In this Jund deck, I do think you want to max out on 3 mana card advantage spells. I think you need them in Jund really badly. I love Jund. I want to play Dothy. Is Tarmo that important? Tarmogoyf is really good. Like, if you love Jund but you want to play Voidwalker over Tarmogoyf, you should play my Rakdos list, I think. Rakdos midrange is probably the deck we've played most on this channel at this point. And it was like our driving deck in the trophy race. It's obviously, it got way worse with the Luris ban. But I still have been liking this version. It's felt pretty clean, very straightforward. I just played so much of this archetype during the trophy race. I like still Tron again. I still am having a hard time just like wanting to wake up and be like, let's play more of this deck again. The map. Keep seeing Recto's scam events. That deck's a little different. That's like the Grief Fury deck. That deck is fine also, by the way. Is a little bit of a different archetype. I think I like casting the Stirrings here to try to find a land for next turn, ideally a fetch land. Not a fetch land, but a land. And so I cast the Kroxa. I have to draw, well, I can go cast Kroxa, Cling to Dust, and then untap, play land, hit them, Lightning Bolts. Extra mana off the Ragavan. Yeah, I can actually escape Kroxa next turn, which is probably going to be correct. Oh, did I miscount? Maybe I miscounted. I think I counted that I got 2 extra mana off the Ragavan. Just play Goyf and Kroxa next turn. Well, I thought I could escape the Kroxa next turn, which felt really important. Seems I may have miscounted. They're going to get their Tron back unless we top deck our one of Boseiju again. Yeah, I think I need to draw a fetch land. Yeah, I need to draw a fetch land to escape the Kroxa this turn. Cycle, Cling to Dust. Guess I should have targeted the map for Goyf to be bigger after I escape Kroxa, delving over the Thoughtseize. Yeah, I miscounted my mana. Fetch land. 1 card too deep. Hopefully they did discard the Ugin that we knew about. So hopefully their last card is not like a 8 mana Ugin, but they exiled one of those, so it's kind of unlikely. They also have a top deck too. Let's just see what happens. Oh, I should have floated a mana. I should have not F6 so I could float a mana off the treasure to beat a potential Karn. I think that they're going to get Ensnaring Bridge, though, and then I have to draw... We were in this spot against Ensnaring Bridge recently where we could either draw our one of Boseiju, or we could, like... I'm trying to remember exactly. It was a really weird situation where, like, I think we did eventually draw the one of Boseiju, but it was a very long match. Let me just... I guess Wrenn and Six could also potentially be announced. Wrenn and Six plus Emblem. I guess I should also be escaping Cling over the Kroxa to dig. Oh yeah, Amy would be really good on commentary. Drake into the 9 months, appreciate you. Amy would be really good on commentary. Yeah, probably dead. Eric through the 5 months, appreciate you. Yeah, I mean, I feel like the idea of getting to work with all these people seems great. Maybe get Meebo on commentary, maybe Ginger, Tutors. Maybe Dingo too. Dingo start the tournament trend. I don't know. I didn't watch any of the tournament. Maybe I don't know if Dingo has good commentary. Have I tried commentary before? Yeah, I have. I once ran a no ban list modern tournament on this channel back like in the early days of the stream, and it was fun. But it was like also like, you know, it was a lot of work, and I didn't enjoy it like as much as I did like an average stream necessarily. I think I had Evan come on and do commentary with me, right? I think I had Evan and Fran come on. I might be misremembering. It's been like at least 2 years. Maybe like a little less than 2 years. But I think I think I had Evan and Fran. Oh, I had my friend Dalton come on and do commentary too. My friend Dalton taught me to play Magic. Just one of my good friends. Do we not want to cling using treasure? Oh, I forgot that the treasure was still turned on. I mean, wait, yeah, I guess why would you want to use the treasure? Just save the treasure till last always. Okay, exile land. If we draw our one of Boseiju, we still can win. Yeah, still I guess technically can win. But we already drew it against them once. What are the chances we can do it twice? And now they get to fate counter on either the Karn or the bridge. I'm feeling pretty bad. I would have had one extra Cling cast. Why? Why would me sacking the treasure let me escape Cling again? I could maybe I should have pushed my own like Ragavan here for 2 more cards in the yard. I'm just kind of resigned to top decking Boseiju this turn or conceding. Or making them sack their Karn. I can't exile the top 3 because you can't channel Boseiju if you hit enough charm. Finally top decked a charm this league. Match number 3. Finally cast one. I do think it's a good sign though. Like all league, I felt like I've been wanting to top deck a Riveteers Charm. So I think that's a good argument for still playing the full 4 copies. They fate counter the O-Stone. Only relevant if they draw second stone. Maybe getting close to concession time. Yeah, this is game 1. We have 1 Boseiju in the deck as an out. I think I will wait like exactly this last turn to try to top deck it because I get to kill the bridge, I get to kill the Karn, but if I don't top deck it right now, yeah, I'll just concede. Go to game 2. Oh yeah, Goyf could attack here. So if I drew an instant, then we could have maybe killed the Karn. It's kind of interesting. Sticking with the same sideboard plan though, cutting the pushes, cutting the Terminate, and then cutting the Cling and still playing 2 bolts, I think. Matchup definitely is a lot better with 3 Boseijus in the deck to combine with the Wrenn and Six. You can hit Karn dash Ragavan. They had 1 card in their hand, so I couldn't attack with the Ragavan, right? They had 1 card in hand, we cast Rag. Oh, cast Ragavan. Attack Karn, put it to 1. I don't know. Void Mirror is not very good against Mono Green Tron. If they have any forest, they just get to cast their spells. It's sometimes it can be like randomly good, but usually most of their draws just get to ignore it. Yeah, remember, Void Mirror does not counter colorless spells. It counters a spell if no colored mana was spent to cast it. Put it on the play and style draw. Void Mirror is not good against Mono Green Tron. You're not going to see me put it in the deck. English with the 10 months, appreciate you. Especially when like we just have like a good Boseiju game plan. I don't really feel like I am in the market for it, you know. Opponent's mold to 6. Yeah, that is him to Tourach on the wall. And then Basic Island. I'm probably later this week, not tonight, but later this week I'll be working on the wall a little bit. Yeah. Void Mirror mostly for Cascade, also comes in against Eldrazi Tron. Yeah, and then Void Mirror, again, is also really bad with Boseijus, too. I should have mentioned this, but, like, you can't be on the... I don't think you should be on both the Boseiju plan and the Void Mirror plan against them, because all of a sudden, if you have Void Mirror in play, you can't channel your Boseiju. And this is the better plan against them anyways. I think with double Boseiju, well, they could just cast the Karn. Yeah, I guess we'll just take the card. If it's just for Chalice, Cascade is Chalice of the Void better. So in the sideboard, we have a split of 2 Void Mirrors, 1 Chalice of the Void. I think it's really important to do this split in this archetype as opposed to more Chalices, because Cascade decks will always have the ability to remove your Chalice or Void Mirror. They will always have Foundation Breaker, Brazen Borrower, these kinds of cards. And because you have no counter spells, you are oftentimes vulnerable to them top decking an answer to the permanent. So the way you beat that is by being able to play either 2 Void Mirrors or a Void Mirror and a Chalice together. You can't ever play 2 Chalices together, but you can play Chalice and then Void Mirror, or Void Mirror, Void Mirror. But you can't do Void Mirror into Chalice, but which is only relevant if you top deck Chalice. But you can't do 2 Chalices. Vindicate with the 23 months. Appreciate you. Isn't Boseiju activated with non-spells so Void Mirror doesn't interact? But Boseiju gives them green mana. That's the problem. Boseiju gives them green mana, so all of a sudden Void Mirror doesn't do anything. That is the tension. Yeah, I want Ragavan in play, generating me mana. I think I'm okay to Ragavan Boseiju again this turn. Probably getting Triumph into turn. So 1 of Surgical Concentration, 1 Endurance, given 3 total Boseiju. I know it's kind of an easy question to ask when we're playing against Tron twice in a row, but the reality is, like, Surgical is like only good in this matchup if you've already Boseiju'd them, which is not something I love. And then Endurance isn't just graveyard hate; it's also like a card for the Murktide matchup. It's a card for that you can bring in when you have otherwise dead removal spells. It's a generally really versatile sideboard card. Yeah, I'm not really that into Surgical and Modern in general either. Kroxa is a good draw. I may actually want to wait on the Charm, since I'm probably just going to want to skip the Kroxa next turn. Although if I skip Kroxa next turn, then I have to exile Boseiju, but finding another card is good here. And then they're just going to leave themselves with a Power Plant in hand, I think. Since there's already 2 in the yard, they probably don't want to discard the 3rd. Take time for 7th Prophet. And so, because we get to escape the Kroxa here, it's not going to be possible for my opponent to both top deck mine and a payoff all in the same turn. So I think we should be good. Yeah, this is fine. Opponent's going to take 3 down to 12. Die to Kroxa in a couple hits. Could potentially get runnered out of the game, but it's going to be pretty tough. Grixis Reanimator. In Pioneer, I'm assuming. Okay. So your reanimation spell is Liliana, Death Majesty, and Blood for Bones. And I really dislike seeing Blood for Bones in a list like this without like very many cheap creatures to sacrifice. You have exactly your Fable of the Mirror Breaker tokens, which are not great. Your Ledger Shredders, your Jaces, which you'd probably prefer not to sacrifice. Yeah, you need to be playing. You need to be playing Insolent Neonate as like a cheap. Oh no! Dang it! That's what I get for talking in. Playing. But you need to be playing Neonate as a cheap creature that's a discard outlet for your reanimation plan. Okay, they should be dead. Just playing this game now. And a cheap creature sacrifice for Blood for Bones. Thoughtseize, Catacombs. Not the best charm. I think I will play Tourach in case they draw like a Karn. At least have a creature in play. We also have 2 lightning bolts in the deck we can draw into. They're also dead if they have to draw something. They're dead if they draw Wormcoil. They need to draw a Karn, the Great Creator, or Ugin, or Ulamog. Yeah, I also like if Agent of Treachery is the best thing to get back with Blood for Bones, maybe don't play this deck. I don't know. It doesn't seem all that powerful to me. Sire of Insanity is a sideboard card, if anything, for Lotus Field exactly. I don't think this is a card I want to see you main decking in this list. I wouldn't play Nicol Bolas the Ravager. I do kind of like Maestro's Charm in Pioneer as opposed to Modern. But I want to see like I think I want to see you cut the Jaces, the Bolas, the Sire, play 4 Neonates, and then I think ideally 4 of another cheap creature. So maybe I've been saying Neonate. Sorry, 4 Voldaren Epicer, and then yeah, with your main removal spell being Blood for Bones, I don't know how you also get more creatures in here. Oh, other reanimation targets in the sideboard. Yeah, I mean, I think the main targets are Hullbreaker Horror seems fine, Ashen Rider seems fine, Void Winner seems fine. There's also Titan of Industry, which I think is fine. Duskmangler is not good enough. I don't know, it's so tough. I will say, this is important to know, I generally don't think this archetype is very good. I'm going to mulligan this, no Ragavan, no Boseiju, no discard spells. It has Ragavan. Opponent has mulligan to 5. Let's keep this, put back, I think, the Inquisition. Yeah, maybe Stitcher Supplier, Blood for Bones. That could be a better way to build it. I do typically dislike Stitcher Supplier in these kind of decks. But you do need a cheap creature, you need a way to mill, and maybe you do something like you play 7 reanimation targets, 4 Insolent Neonate, 4 Ledger Shredder, 4 Stitcher Supplier, and then you cut the Thoughtseizes, and you also still play the Fables, and you cut the Bolas, the Jace. Maybe you have to do something like cut the Maestro's Charm in order to make room for all those. But it's Mold to 3. Mold to 3. Okay, so I have to assume that their last card is just another Tron piece, so we'll just go for the turn 2 Liliana. Gonna get a Blood Crypt here. And then those reanimation targets, probably... I think probably 4 Titan of Industry. I could be wrong. It could maybe be no, I think I'll just play 4 Titan of Industry and 2 Coma. I like Coma a lot. I think Coma's probably better than Hullbreaker Horror. I know you play Remedication. You think the archetype is remotely viable? I mean, I do. I absolutely do. Mardu Reanimator top 8's a bunch. I'm a big believer in that. The mono black version I've been playing lately, actually. I do think the archetype is certainly at least remotely viable. Let's play this as a land. I can play Fires anytime soon. I want to play the Fires deck with Strangle over the Light Up the Night and the Goggles cut for the 3rd Anger of the Gods on the board. I guess I'll use the Treasure so I don't have to discard the card from this to the Liliana. Have I updated my Teamer list? Teamer Reclamation? No. Not really. I want to play 4-color Reclamation, but that deck is a pain to figure out. Okay, so we get to go Chromatic Star, discard this, and then kill them with Kroxa. Okay, 3-0 with John, feeling pretty good. Run it back. Well, so people want me to play Magus over Liliana the turn. I think it was kind of fine to just give them one window to top deck something or lose. I guess maybe playing the Liliana the turn after was better. Have I like Pioneer recently? Do you think it's a skill-intensive format? Every format's a skill-intensive format. But I've been liking it. I've been liking it. I need to find another red. Can get the Triumph with my Catacombs here. Take their counterspell though. yeah. Good rule of thumb: the formats you like are skill intensive, and the formats you don't like are unskillful trash that no one in their right mind would ever play. All right, red source, please. We'll take that, actually. Yeah, I think Pioneer would be way better if Winota and Lotus Field were banned, but... it's not up to me. And some people will disagree. Alright, good top deck. Their hand is currently Heat Canal, right? Then their iteration cards. Exile Consider, play Canal, cast Consider. Only one Heat? Okay. So it's just a mystery card as the other card. Pretty easy. Take the Murktide Regents. Not even a consideration for anything else. Yeah, Striker Ridge should probably be really good in Pioneer. Funny enough, because I'm definitely a big hater of it in Modern. Alright, no dashing. Maybe they drew Counterspell. Either way, my only line here is to play the Wrenn and Six. They drew Spell Pierce? Brutal. The other hand is Consider Unholy Heat. They get to consider... They put Lightning Bolts in their graveyard. Heat 2 mystery cards. Hits me with Ragavan. Gonna exile a red land, I bet. Yep, I've been here before. I played this game before. No! Oh boy. Okay, whatever. Spike isn't assess a lot. Aren't Fire Spells too much for me? Personal max 2 of. I really like to play 4 Seasoned Pyromancers. Why not cycle? I just need the red mana. Like, I'm hoping to hit red mana off the cycle. I think it's just better to cast it, play it, get hit by Ragavan again. I don't know. Like, I also like. I like the 4 Seasoned Pyromancers a lot. I think the card's great. I think playing 4 Seasoned Pyromancer, 4 Charm, builds the deck in a way where your top decks are really good. You have a lot of card advantage, which is really important for this format. I like the full 4 Seasoned Pyromancers. But it's also like, for you to say something like, for me it's a max 4 of, like, you're not saying what you're playing instead, but what you're playing instead is probably like another 3 or 4 drop, which is like, you know, it's just the same. It's just the same thing on the mana curve. It's not going to be really almost any different, right? Like you're able to stumble and miss your land drops, like no matter what 3 drop or 4 drop you play, right? Okay, so gonna not be fetching, I guess, the rest of the game. Let's say gain life with Cling to Dust or something. So Wooded Foothills in the top. Just gonna Seasoned Pyromancer this turn, I think. Legionnaire at the 8 months, appreciate you. Yeah, Charm is definitely good. Murktide Insurance / card advantage. Just gonna wait though. Although maybe if my opponent doesn't attack, I'll charm to draw. That could be correct. Yeah, I think that's probably gonna be correct. House Charmer. I've been loving Riveteers Charm. I think the card's super powerful. It's not a very easy card to play with, maybe, but I like it a lot. We hit Ragavan, 2 lands. Well, at least we cleared those from the top of the library. I know I could have played a fetch land here, but my mountain's gone. Not actually a huge difference between being at 3 and 1, but there is a big difference between being at 1 and 4. So I'm not going to fetch Shock to get the tokens back here. Iteration off the top, very scary. They exile a Mishra's Bauble to the iteration. So hopefully they didn't find a Murktide Regent. Okay, no Murktide. Gotta feel pretty good about that. Don't feel great about drawing another land. I might hold that for Liliana, but I'm just like not fetching this game, so I don't feel like the need to play it out. Is the stream title correct? The stream title should be Charming Jund. Okay, considers. Can theoretically take a hit from that. Need a top deck, not lands. Guess that's not lands. But now I'm losing to lightning bolts. If they have a counterspell in their hand and I cast the Ragavan, I let them get a Surveil, which can maybe find them a Bolt or a Murktide, which I might otherwise be beating. Maybe not, right? Tree Doctor with the 2 years. Happy double anniversary. Alright, down to 1. Got a Bolt. No, but they found a Murktide. So I kind of feel like they've got a counterspell, so I'm feeling pretty bad. What do you think is the best creature-based combo deck in Modern? Titan. Or Tamashii combo if you don't consider Titan combo. The Titan players do seem to be hibernating at the moment, though, as they often do. Pretending like their deck is bad for a little bit. Maybe I could have dashed the Ragavan, and maybe they have to block the Goyf and I hit something, but I can't really. There's nothing I can hit. Okay, down a game. Going to bring in the Veil of Summers and the Endurances, and I usually go down and discard spells in this matchup as well. I think I want 2 Thoughtseize. Yeah, don't want to go less than 2 discard spells. We cut the 3rd push, especially on the play. Well, push is better if they're on Murktide or Shredder. So maybe I'll play 3rd push over 3rd bolt because of Shredder. Cut Monkey. You could trim a Monkey. I think Monkey's fine. Just early trading. Well, a mulligan. Should have cut the Monkey, huh? Let's keep this. I'll put back the Fatal Push. Just plan on getting Triumph on turn 1 here. I can also get Overgrown Tomb and Cycle. Kind of like keeping my life total a bit higher, I guess. Could be corrected main phase cycle, just try to hit a 1 mana spell, but I'll hold up the Terminate. Chance my opponent dashes Ragavan, but I'm not sure I would Terminate in that case. Feels like a long time since Terminate being played. Terminate's been pretty common since Murktide's been a deck. It's been definitely popular for the last few months. I think I should probably use my mana here and terminate one of the channelers. It's kind of not great because you often want to save this for Murktide, but I think I need to use my mana, and then when I endurance their graveyard, their Murktides are going to be worse anyways. So gonna know about this card. Spyro. Just gonna main phase this. I know you're biased, but do you think Shredder should be a Murktide? I mean, I don't know if I'm biased so much as I just tend to evaluate Shredder as being... I think I evaluate Shredder higher than most people do. I don't think that that's bias. I do like Shredder, though. I think I would like at least 2 in Murktide, potentially 3, potentially 4. But I feel like it makes a lot of sense to me to be playing that card in the flex spot of the deck. I think that in general, too, people tend to be, like, really, like... They expect too much, I think, of new cards. Like in general, people, if they're playing a new card, they want it to either be broken or they're just not going to play it. And there's, like, really rarely, like, much, I feel like, wiggle room in between broken and unplayable. Like I just feel like players are not that interested in playing a card if it's not broken, if it's a new card, or like they just takes them forever to finally put it in their deck. Isn't it like the definition of bias? Maybe it is. I don't know. Who cares? Why not attack with endurance? If my opponent might accidentally. Well, they can't turn on Delirium pre-combat, or they have to attack into the endurance. So I think just like making their sequencing a bit awkward. I guess they could just do it all second main phase, but just stopping them from being able to attack into the endurance, I think makes sense. It's not like Wizards doesn't play Expedition players with stuff like Horizons. I guess who cares? Also, I guess that's my answer to everything. Who cares? But my point here is that the point I'm trying to make is that you can reflect a little bit and try to think, am I too critical of new cards? I think in my experience as someone who spends all day, every day, talking to players about cards, is that players tend to be more critical and more dismissive of new cards than they should be on average. And so my point is not why is this happening so much as if you maybe you can reflect and see if you can figure out if this is you and if you can improve from it. Okay, I think I want to cling to this first, and then I do want to prioritize endurancing to mitigate Murktide. They are playing Shredder, so I'm glad I left in the pushes. Then they're going to draw 2. So they have to be careful not to give themselves Delirium. Yeah, if they discard a sorcery or creature or artifact, they're punting. It should be easy enough to not do that, though. I don't know. It's pretty easy to dunk on the Horizon sets or whatever. That's fine, but at the very least, Moderns felt like a pretty balanced format with like plenty of new cards being printed in and being fine additions to the format too. I think things have generally been pretty good in this format for a long time now, and I don't know. It kind of feels like the Modern Horizon dunks feel just a bit tired at this point, I guess. Where like Modern Horizons 2 had 0 cards banned from it. Like obviously like Ragavan and Urza Saga are not the best designed cards, but just kind of feels like a tired Reddit take, to be honest. Like we're just like there was definitely an era, right? The War of the Spark era you know, where it's like War of the Spark, Modern Horizons 1, Throne of Eldraine, M20, Theros Beyond Death, and Ikora. Like this was the War of the Spark era where there was like actually like a format breaking card printed every single set consistently. But like it hasn't been that way for like over a year now. Like I think since okay, there was a call time. Things got a little fucky for a little bit. Zendikar Rising, I think, was pretty fine. So we'll say Strixhaven was the start of the new era. It's just, you know, I think we can relax. Things are going fine. Yeah, things got fucky with Valky Cascade. Yeah, Eldraine was perhaps like the most egregious of all these sets. Zendikar with Omnath. I mean, Omnath. I guess Omnath did like break like that card is banned in Standard and like had a lot of problems in Historic. Not that was like a format breaking card though. Oh, at least in Modern, just an annoying card. Yeah, but we'll see like Strixhaven I think was probably the start of things being generally pretty good. In my opinion, at least. Not perfect, but like at least, you know, we can stop with the we're out of the terrible era. We're out of the terrible era in my opinion. Well, opponent's draw's been really good. Is there room for Solemnity somewhere at Modern with Shredder, Murktide Yogg? Solemnity is not playable at all. My opponent, like, almost definitely has a counterspell, right, with how long they took to do anything. I guess the question is, do I want to attack with everything, trade Goy for 4 damage, put my opponent down to 8, Lightning Bolt them on their turn, put them down to 5, potentially, and Alpha Strike kill them? My opponent has lethal if, I think I am making this attack. My opponent has lethal if they get Delirium, which they're really likely to, so I have to bolt the Channeler. Bolt the Channeler, and then find 1 more point of damage for next turn. Bolt to kill Merc. I think now that they've cast the Consider, I will bolt to kill the Murktide. I was thinking that I might be trying to present lethal, but I think now that they've tapped out of Counterspell. I'm going to do this before they get to draw cards so they can't draw Spell Pierce off Consider. We know they have Spell Pierce in their deck. Oh. Dead. We were beating up on Murktide. We were playing this deck before. Obviously could just take the L here. Could have definitely sequenced things differently as well. It's been too long rambling about sets and design. I don't know. Like, people always say that kind of stuff. Like, I can't... Did they really just, like, not test anything from Throne of Eldraine? Surely they did. Right? They just didn't, you know, test it well enough, or their testers weren't doing a good job, but surely they didn't just, like, actually not test it. What was wrong with Ixalan? Ixalan was boring. Yeah, Ixalan was, like... Ixalan... I remember Ixalan came out, and it was just, like, in my opinion, like, the most boring block ever. Like, it felt really uninspired, flavor-wise. The cards were generally pretty low power level. I really disliked Ixalan. I'm going to lead on Inquisition here. Okay, then I think we take Stoneforge Mystic with the discard spells. Pretty good top deck for them. Really happy to draw my basic forest, though. And I'm going to prioritize slots using the Stoneforge, so we might as well also dash and attack. Main deck Forge Tinder, jeez. Just gonna hold up the 1 mana Boseiju here. We can start Wrenn and Six Boseijuing. Crimson Vow was terrible. yeah, I agree actually. That Crimson Vow was like the least powerful set in recent memory, and like because Crimson Vow was like so low power level, that's the entire reason I did the trophy race. Or not the entire reason, but the main reason I did the trophy race was because Crimson Vow was like really underpowered and uninteresting, or or less interesting in comparison to like a lot of recent Magic sets. And so like I just gave myself something to do during those 3 months. Is a new environment stay or temporary? I mean, I can't know. You can't know either. But things have been good for a long time. We're definitely in an era. We're definitely in a good era of Magic and Modern and Pioneer, in my opinion. Pro Tour's coming back. Things are looking up. Sets are interesting. Sets are well designed. It seems like design philosophy has changed overall. Things are good right now. In my experience, as someone who's been around for a long time, played Magic for a long time, things change and things, it usually gets worse at some point. But that doesn't mean we can't enjoy it being good right now, huh? Yeah, limited too, for sure. I've been honestly like really jealous of like the limited streamers. Like I love to watch Amy stream. She's just always having so much fun. The decks are just so exciting and interesting. It's my job is to focus on Modern and Pioneer stuff. I'm really happy doing this. I don't have the time to like dive into limited like I would like to, but yeah, limited definitely has been good for a while. Current format's not especially good. Is it not especially good in the context of like how good it's been for a long time, or is it just not good in general? I actually played New Capenna Sealed. I went to pre-release. I had a really good time, but obviously that's just like small sample size. I think I like killing the drum to potentially turn off Metalcraft down the line. They should have plenty of more Boseiju targets, right? Yeah. Maybe the latter. Ari's played 1 draft, said he's done with the format already. Well, everybody's free to engage with the game like they like, but to be honest, like I don't know how you can judge a format after 1 draft, right? Maybe there's like more to the story. Maybe Ari played a lot of Sealed. But I can't imagine 1 draft going so poorly that you would just dismiss the format. So I imagine that there's more to the story. Kind of am interested in like just trying to see how many Boseiju targets they play. I'm probably going to win this game, so even though holding the Boseiju may be better, I think learning for games 2 and 3 is probably more relevant than getting max value right here. I've been liking the deck Bolt you. Capenna's weak red compared to Neo. It's a shock for a lot of people, I think. Yeah, Neon Dynasty was an awesome limited format. I did draft a little bit of it. When I thought they're not better target. I mean, it just doesn't really matter at this point, but it was maybe better. All right, 2 more Boseijus, Culling Ritual. I think that's it. Usually wanting to go down, I think 3 discard spells, maybe 1 Kroxa, 2 discard spells. Some discard spells for Sanctifier I think are fine. You can also bring in Tourach. Maybe like 1 Tourach's better than the first Kroxa. New Capenna draft, pretty color balance with blue, white, and green, white being the de facto best colors. I did go Bant for the pre-release, and all my friends crushed. It's not a Goyf, maybe. Goyf being green is pretty relevant for Sanctifier and Vec, and Forge Tinder. I maybe am supposed to be trimming on some Ragavans. Play actually 5 discard spells and the second Tourach, just because they're like main decking Forge Tinder. Yeah, good matchup for sure. Could keep this. Not a great hand, but basically 4 lands, 3 spells. It's fine, keep. How do you feel, John, of Modern? Through deck always something with Charm. I mean, I think Charm is a good upgrade for it. If a deck is a 3/2 deck always, if you always 3/2 with it, that's a 60% win rate, which is like actually close to broken. If your deck always has a 60% win rate. That's not what Jund is, but I think Jund is a good playable deck in Modern. I think it hasn't always been, but it has felt good and playable for a while now. Screwed through once. Have I revisited Esper Mentor Unearthless with Shredder? I haven't. I wanna revisit it now that I have more experience playing Shredder and I'm gonna kill this and I want to play with 4 Shredders in the deck. Before I was just playing 3. I'm going to Boseiju the Saga, I think. My opponent paused a little bit, like maybe they had a hammer in their hand, but if they had a hammer, if their hand was land hammer, they would have definitely hammered, so I'm going to not play as if that is their hand. Why no Magus? Magus is only for Titan and Tron. Like it's going to hurt us like as much as it hurts our opponent in this matchup a decent amount of the time. Like it's just not it's just not free to side in, but it's just better than other options for Tron and Titan. Charming this turn seems pretty okay. I guess I'm dead to a hammer no matter what. I could go Liliana +1. But I guess I don't know what that last card might be. Could go Seasoned Pyromancer, discard Triome Liliana. Why Magus or Blood Moon if Titan plays like 3 Dismember? Titan also plays 3 Boseiju. I don't know, maybe it's kind of a wash, right? Tron also plays Boseiju too that they can tutor for. This is a pretty tough turn. I'm gonna Charm. Charm saves 1 extra card, and I think I just want to be digging for like more interaction here. While my opponent's stumbling some. I'm assuming their last card is just like not that relevant. Why leave Liliana in? Why not look at how I sideboarded and suggest what card you'd want to cut for Liliana, 1. But 2, so you can Edict Sanctifier in fact, just like another answer to Sanctifier is always nice. Push, Terminate, Barren Moor. Ooh, I have Boseiju plus Wrenn and Six again though. I can't cycle this. So I guess we're just going to go... Well, maybe I could cycle. Yeah, maybe it's actually better to go Overgrown Tomb cycle than it is to Terminate it. Ornithopter. Yeah, that seems way better. Oh, wait. Sorry, obviously. I just got done saying that's not how it works. I don't know why I was thinking that this changed anything. We already established it didn't work this way. That's fine, though. Wrenn and Six Boseiju. Hopefully gonna stabilize here. I should have played the Triumph instead, though. What do you think about Jund in the format? Is it a choice? I think Jund's good. I've been liking it. It feels like back in like the range of like playable, reasonable choice. I think it's unlikely to ever become, you know, like best choice for the format again. I think it's I can't imagine like really being able to show up and be like, I'm playing Jund midrange, baby. This is gonna be the best thing for every single weekend. But it's pretty reasonable. It feels like it's in like the Murktide range where Murktide also like is very rarely, I think, the best choice for a weekend, but because people are so ready for it, but is like you can just kind of leverage your play skill to victory with it. 2x Boseiju not better? I don't think so. I think I just want to. I guess we could Boseiju the Saga, hold up Boseiju. Maybe that is better. I was kind of wanting to chump block this though. I looked at Generalist. They got 4th at SCGCon Dallas. I've seen it. I can't remember. I've seen it, but that was also like before Charm was in the format. All right, we are actually dead to hammer on the Nexus here, unfortunately. Make sure that they see the line. They do see the line. We go to game 3. Had 2 Charm main door. Was playing Boomer. SCG Dallas wasn't... No, SCG Dallas was before the Streets of New Capenna, right? It definitely was. Am I just going crazy? Maybe we're talking about different things. Why can he loses flying? You can activate Inkmoth Nexus again to have it get flying back. Yeah. They know the trick. It's fine. I'm okay. Just taking the L. They knew how it worked. No, they can activate Nexus again to give it flying again. Resident, thank you for the continuing the gifted sub. Appreciate ya. What a hand. Although my Culling Ritual will hopefully bail me out. I think I have to take the Sigarda's. That's close, right? This Saga's so good. Let's take the Blacksmith skill. Yeah, I'll take the Blacksmith skill. It's pretty close. But like, what's nice is like the Ritual theoretically cleans up these 3 cards. John, you can DM me on Twitter. It's not really the right place to ask me about business stuff. Or you can email me. It's okay. We don't all need to dunk on the corporate guy. It's okay, guys. It's fine. He's just doing his job. Just out here trying. Come on, guys. It's fine. Imagine if you were doing your job and you had 1,000 people just trying to slam dunk on you all day, every day, huh? It's hard out here. It's hard out here. Sanctifier pretty good. I think we have our one of Culling Ritual, which is largely what the Sanctifier is here to do, is answer that. Ooh, there's Boseiju. So if I lose Boseiju... Oh wait, hold on. My opponent's just going to hit me with this hammer, huh? That is like a hammer. I guess not much we could have done. Could play Goyf as a chump blocker? Maybe that was better. Don't break the new desk. Oh, right. I'm so used to like hitting my other desk as a goof. I'm so used to hitting the old desk as a goof because it just like... It was really cheap. It was really like low quality, but now I have to actually respect the desk.
Yeah. Also, when you hit this desk, I can hear it. And Athena got scared.
Athena got scared.
Yeah. Also, since I moved into this room next to you, so my office now.
Oh, you moved in? Is Rustam helping you set up the stuff?
He went back to my parents. Well, he will help me tomorrow.
It's fine. I'm just teasing.
I'm probably gonna be going to the office into the office tomorrow or Wednesday, so one of those days are gonna be better.
Okay.
But the Roomba's working downstairs. It's doing its job.
It's doing its thing.
Yeah. Putting it to work.
The Roomba's doing its work, bruv. It's doing it. You can't understand what the Roomba's done for us. My robot has literally got the biggest fucking wheels on it.
What's a dunk? It's a roast? It's
dunk is kind of like when you take a basketball and you use your hand to put it through the hoop.
Oh, that?
It's
Okay.
a technical term.
Ah. I did not know that was what a dunk was.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you would call a slam dunk?
A slam dunk is
Is when you
when
slam
you're-
it in and you dunk. You slam dunk.
yeah, and then and then your Twitch chat yells at a guy who's trying to reach out to you about doing something at the DreamHack event. They all yell at him, and there's a guy from the DreamHack who wanted to chat about something, and then the fury of chat rained down on them.
And that's what this was?
Well, I was yeah. That was the dunk. I think I'm gonna hold up the charm here. You could maybe make an argument for just killing Forged Tinder attacking.
Oh, you got your watches.
Push attack. Oh, this is. I always. Sorry, I guess we probably should have pushed this. I was thinking of pro black and red. Kind of distracted.
Bye-bye.
It's no. I mean, it was fair game, but that's the thing, though. It's like the pile up. That's the problem. That's the problem with with dunking on somebody in the chat. Like, I can do it. It's fine, but the pile up is the problem. When like all of a sudden like this chatter has good intentions is just being yelled at by 2,000 people, and that's how Aspiring Spike never gets another sponsor deal ever again. We could take the high road, you know. Yeah, I get blacklisted, and then all of a sudden we're doing donation decks again. You guys would hate for that to happen, right? You guys would hate to do donation decks again. Donation decks, huh? I think I'm playing Goyf over Lily here. Stream is devolved into utter chaos today, huh? When is DreamHack? It's in June sometime. This is pretty soon, huh? We're gonna attack with Seasoned Pyromancer. For whatever reason, I thought that I should have attacked with it. I thought that the token was blocking it well. Oh, they also have a good block, a double block of Stoneforge and the 1/1 on the Spyro, but maybe that's a fine trade. Yeah, it will be my first time going to DreamHack. I haven't been. Will this DreamHack have anything MTG related? Yes, it's actually going to have the first qualifier tournament. I don't know exactly I can't remember what the terminology is. Dude, they have Cauldron, brutal. And they have Shadow Spear's last card, which you probably cast here. Grow the Construct to 4/4. Liliana Edict the Ornithopter. Seems like we could probably find a better spot. The Shadow Spear equip is going to be so tough. It's going to be really tough to beat. But I guess we do have a pretty good crackback. Would love to see them just... Okay, awesome. Okay. Feels like we should have just pushed the Stoneforge Mystic over the Forge Cinder. Yeah. Yeah. Hammer Time has kind of been less popular since the banning of Luris, and this dynamic is definitely different, where Stoneforge Mystic is much more dangerous in the deck with Cauldron. Do you eventually post all games on YouTube, or just like few? I have an editor who handles all of it, and he posts the ones that he thinks are more interesting. It's not all of them. Okay, I'm gonna take 6, I think. Put a gain 6 up to 14. And then I think they're going to move the Hammer over to the construct. If I can draw a removal spell. Removal spell. Liliana Edict Ornithopter. I might be Liliana Blessing instead, to be honest. Oh, they have an ending for a Goyf. Well, jeez. I think I'm playing the Jund deck wrong. Usually when you're these kind of spots and you need a top deck, you at least want to be able to draw a spell, huh? Yeah, we were so ahead. We were so ahead. But I was able to turn around pretty well. To take this attack. Or my man lands. I'm playing Cycle lands to go with the Wrenn and Six instead of the man lands. At the very least, if I did have a man land here, it's not like it would really bail me out much, huh? Game's not over, but we're not exactly doing very well, huh? Maybe the play was to attack first. I'm not sure what attacking first induces, like a jump block maybe. This is highest mana value, right? Not highest power. Yeah. Okay, I am, I think, down to double block here. Oh, they have blacksmith skill. Okay. No, they choose which one to sacrifice if we charm. So we're not technically dead. I think my opponent will probably block the Ornithopter here so I don't draw Prismatic Ending. Okay, Prismatic Ending? No. So we're still not dead. We have to block Tarmogoyf here, Seasoned Pyromancer chump block. But then I was hoping that they would chump block with the Ornithopter, and then we could. Oh no, they just moved the Shadow Spear over to Construct and we die. Actually, yeah, because this naturally has trample. Oh, they missed the line. They missed the line. But we can still hit Prismatic Ending potentially off the Ragavan. Wait, why are they attacking with Ornithopter? Oh, another skill. Yeah, that makes sense. Good read, chat. Good read. Dang, we're so ahead. We crushed game 1. Close games 2, 3. Bummer. But we got the Jund 3-2, huh? The only record the deck is capable of getting. I'm gonna run it back though.